Alright, let's check out the map. But we are going to cross over the bridge and go that way. Because we're going to go to the dig site. That's the fruit farm that we will eventually be going to. Another phone number, 1122.
I wish Pate could call this hotline to talk about his heavy dream.
Another look at the map real quick. We're at the X. Red X right there.
Looks like there's no one around anymore to enforce this.
We are going to squeeze through. Okay, there's 2 different things at the dig site. Or 3 different things at the dig site.
I found a dig site that is fenced off from view. What were they doing here? A gray hand said he left his materials behind. It should be somewhere around here.
Apartments now open. Greyhound Dental Care.
The work at the dig site has something to do with Day Zero.
So the dig site has something to do with Day Zero. What is the dig site for? This is one of the sub-questions associated with the dig site. Psychoactive mineral present.
This is the kind of brain trouble my mom warned me about.
The local guy who died studying Harpic. I put his notebook back where we took it, in the huge tree near the lady's farm. That's the fruit tree, and it's the ancient tree, and we'll be going there in a little bit. We copied everything out of it anyway. I hope that stops the kid from trying to sneak in to retrieve it. Could someone fix that hole in the fence? Take this.
There's a big tree with a researcher's notebook inside it somewhere.
The day we packed the last crate, we were sweaty and exhausted, and Jono says the real work begins after Day Zero. Haha. Take this.
They look relieved to have finished their work.
There's another radio. We're going to actually come back to this because there's a specific station we have to listen to for one of them. Did I look at this? Yeah, we already looked at that. It accumulates the most on objects in the soil with strong sentimental value. It's like a memory mineral.
Memories and emotions condensed into a mineral. I wonder what this channel is for.
So these are specific to the sub-question, what is the dig site for? So this is the radio station that we're specifically going to go listen to as soon as we go back out.
They must have already shipped out all the Harpic they need.
Okay, we're going to take this and we're going to take this back to the assembly point. And we're going to play it on
I wonder what's on this reel.
Thingy.
What is day 0?
That is
Maybe I can find out more about it.
The second sub-question for the dig site.
They dug up all that Harpic in order to conduct some sort of prayer on day 0.
Okay, so we have this. Play the reel. This is going to be us playing the reel. And that's the radio station. And I'm sorry. This is listening to the radio station. And this is... should be this right here. I don't know why it didn't pick up. It's a different one.
I've recreated the same setup as the prayer statues right here in my workshop. I set up a singing bowl so I can verify the pattern that will form in the water. And some Harpic, of course. Each god seems to correspond to a resonating frequency. And when this vibration acts on the Harpic, we get the psychoactive response. Going to give it a try here.
I remember watching my dad make shadow puppets on the wall. Felt strange because I could see how it was done. I could see the trick of it, but it still felt kind of magical.
It worked. I do feel the more I do this, the more tired, and it feels like it takes me longer to return to the present. But now I have some control. I face the question of how this mineral affects the soil. I still have a lot of work to do. That's all for today.
A mineral that can affect the mind.
Okay, tent.
The memories of the owner now turned into a beautiful mineral.
Tune it to 63.2. And we're going to record it.
The necessity of day 0 is not just psychological, it's ecological. Because there is a compounding effect to these minerals and their psychological effect. And we see this in Tiang Valley. There is a memory and a memory of a memory and a memory of a memory of a memory. This echo effect, this recursive nature is the problem. As this cycles through the ecosystem, it creates points of pressure where things bleed, and soil and human minds are contaminated. Some will say, what's a few daytime visions? But it is an increasing risk, an increasing danger. Left alone, the haunted quality of this season will only get worse. The necessity of day zero is also to... This particular action will neutralize this phenomenon at its source. This is not an endless cycle. We are putting an end to this psychoactive material, and we are opening up space for something new.
How do they plan to remove the haunted quality of this season?
Let's see what we can add. Day zero.
The necessity of day zero.
Okay, so that's all we have to add there. Here, these are all. So these were all found in the dig site. Oops.
The Greyhands present one side to the public, and another is hidden behind metal fences. There is no one to oppose them. There is only my record of what they did here. What we do to the land eventually makes its way into our blood and our brains. This can define a season.
Okay, let's check the index. So we still need to finish what is day zero. And to do that, we're going to go back to the assembly point. Play the day zero reel.
We begin in our mother's arms. We open our eyes, but she's not there. We breathe in. Where is she? She is everywhere. And we breathe out. Good morning. Welcome. Congratulations. You have just stepped into a new season. You may feel as if you're seeing the world for the first time. You may have noticed that colors are more vibrant. You may have noticed that food tastes better. What you are feeling right now is how it feels to be liberated from the past. There once was a season that was beautiful, but everyone you met, their eyes were clouded, and their necks were turned backwards. They were weighed down by loss, haunted by the nightmares of another era. Now you may feel as if a great weight has been lifted. In certain cases, you may feel an unexpendable well of energy rising up inside you. Because you know there is so much to do. That the world is ours. And it can be anything we want. With your help, we're going to do it right this time. You won't be alone. There will always be a hand and a voice beside you. There will always be a song to sing.
Tear down the ruin in your mind, the wound you kept inside, can you let it go? Share now the season in your eyes, the people that you find will forget what's yours and mine in the world to come. Tear down the ruin in your mind, the wound you kept inside, can you let it go? Share now the season in your eyes, the people that you find will forget what's yours and mine in the world to come.
What if, on the other side of all our fears, is a better world? Or a worse one? What if it depends on what we do right now?
Okay, we have one last thing for this page, and I went back to the dig site. 'Cause remember this graph? I couldn't remember how to... We need to take a photograph of it. I don't know why I forgot that part, but this is how we get this one on here. I knew that graph is what belonged on this page. I just lost how to do it. So there we go.
Day 0 will be the day between one season and the next. It will be the moment everything changes. They believe this will create a better season, that it will heal us.
Okay, so back to the index. And we are currently completely up to date. Everything has a solid concluded black circle. So we are currently up to date.